Unbelievable facts about Formula One you never knew. 1. What makes Formula One cars so fast? There are several factors that contribute to the incredible speed of Formula One cars. First, Formula One cars are designed to be incredibly aerodynamic, with sleek body shapes and specialized components like wings and diffusers that help reduce drag and increase downforce. This allows them to cut through the air more efficiently and maintain higher speeds. Second, Formula One cars are incredibly lightweight and made of advanced materials like carbon fiber, which helps reduce their overall mass and increase their power-to-weight ratio. This means they can accelerate more quickly and reach higher speeds more easily. Third, Formula One engines are incredibly powerful and efficient, producing upwards of 1,000 horsepower and capable of revving up to 15,000 RPM. They are also highly advanced, featuring hybrid technology and other specialized components that help optimize performance. Finally, Formula One drivers are some of the most skilled and talented racers in the world, capable of navigating complex tracks at incredible speeds with incredible precision and control. All of these factors combine to make Formula One cars some of the fastest and most exciting vehicles on the planet. 2. How do teams strategize during a race to maximize their chances of winning? Formula One teams use a variety of strategies during a race to maximize their chances of winning. Here are some common tactics. 1. Pit stop strategy. Teams will plan their pit stops in advance, taking into account factors like tire wear, fuel consumption, and track conditions. They may opt for a shorter or longer pit stop depending on how the race is unfolding. 2. Tire management. Tire wear is a critical factor in Formula One racing, so teams will often adjust their driving style or pit stop strategy to minimize tire wear and extend their lifespan. 3. Fuel management. Teams must balance the need for speed with the need to conserve fuel, so they will often adjust their fuel consumption during the race to ensure they have enough to finish strong. 4. Overtaking strategy. If a team's driver is trailing another driver on the track, they may adjust their driving style or pit stop strategy to gain an advantage and overtake their competitor. 5. Safety car strategy. If a safety car is deployed during a race, teams may adjust their pit stop strategy to take advantage of the situation and gain an edge over their competitors. 6. Weather strategy. If rain or other adverse weather conditions are expected during the race, teams may adjust their tire selection or pit stop strategy to optimize performance. Ultimately, the key to successful race strategy is flexibility and adaptability. Teams must be able to adjust their tactics on the fly based on how the race is unfolding, and make the best decisions possible to give their driver the best chance of winning. 3. What role does technology play in Formula One? Technology plays a significant role in Formula One racing, with teams and manufacturers constantly innovating and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Here are some examples of how technology is used in Formula One. 1. Aerodynamics. As mentioned earlier, aerodynamics plays a critical role in the performance of a Formula One car. Teams use advanced computer modeling and wind tunnel testing to optimize the shape and design of their cars, with the goal of reducing drag and increasing downforce. 2. Engine technology. Formula One engines are incredibly advanced, featuring hybrid power units that combine a turbocharged V6 engine with an electric motor. Teams use advanced software and telemetry systems to monitor engine performance in real time, optimizing fuel consumption and power output. 3. Data analysis. Formula One teams collect and analyze massive amounts of data during each race, tracking everything from tire wear and fuel consumption to lap times and driver performance. This data is used to adjust strategy and optimize performance throughout the race. 4. Simulation. Teams use advanced simulation software to model different race scenarios and test out different strategies before the actual race. This allows them to make more informed decisions and better anticipate potential challenges. 5. Materials science. Formula One cars are made of advanced materials like carbon fiber and titanium, which are incredibly lightweight and strong. Teams use advanced manufacturing techniques to produce these materials and create parts that are both strong and aerodynamic. Overall, technology is a critical factor in Formula One racing, with teams and manufacturers constantly innovating and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The goal is to create the fastest, most efficient, and most reliable racing machines possible, with the ultimate goal of winning races and championships. Some text goes here. Who are some of the most successful drivers in Formula One history, and what made them stand out? Some text goes here. There have been many successful drivers in the history of Formula One racing, but here are some of the most notable. 1. Michael Schumacher. Schumacher is widely regarded as one of the greatest drivers in Formula One history, with a record 7 world championship titles to his name. He was known for his precision driving and his ability to push both himself and his car to their limits. 2. Ayrton Senna. Senna was another legendary driver, with 3 world championship titles and a reputation for being one of the most talented and aggressive racers of his time. He tragically died in a crash during the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix. 3. Juan Manuel Fangio. Fangio was one of the earliest superstars of Formula One racing, with 5 world championship titles to his name. He was known for his calm demeanor and his ability to perform well under pressure. 4. Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton is the most successful driver in modern Formula One history, with 7 world championship titles to his name. He is known for his raw speed and his ability to adapt to changing track conditions. 5. Alain Prost. Prost is another highly successful driver, with 4 world championship titles and a reputation for being a skilled tactician on the track. He was known for his smooth driving style and his ability to manage tire wear and fuel consumption over long races. Overall, these drivers stood out for their incredible skill and talent, as well as their ability to adapt to changing conditions and outperform their competitors. They are remembered as some of the greatest drivers in the history of Formula One racing. 5. How has Formula One evolved over the years? Formula One racing has evolved significantly over the years, with changes to rules, technology, and safety all playing a role in shaping the sport. Here are some of the key changes that have taken place. 1. Safety improvements. One of the most significant changes to Formula One has been the introduction of safety improvements. In the early days of the sport, drivers had little protection in the event of a crash, but over time, measures like improved helmet designs, roll bars, and energy-absorbing barriers have been introduced to help protect drivers. 2. Technology advancements. Formula One cars have become much more advanced over the years, with the introduction of new materials, engines, and electronics. For example, the introduction of hybrid power units in 2014 marked a major shift in Formula One technology, with teams now using advanced computer systems to monitor engine performance and optimize fuel consumption. 3. Aerodynamics. Another key area of evolution has been in aerodynamics. Formula One cars have become increasingly streamlined over the years, with designers using wind tunnel testing and computer modeling to optimize car shapes and reduce drag. This has led to faster lap times and more exciting races. 4. Rule changes. Formula One rules have evolved significantly over the years, with changes to everything from the points system to the size of engines. For example, recent rule changes have included the introduction of a cost cap to help level the playing field between teams and the banning of certain aerodynamic devices to reduce the complexity of the cars. 5. Globalization. Formula One has become increasingly global over the years, with races now taking place in countries all around the world. This has helped to increase the popularity of the sport and bring in new fans. Overall, Formula One has evolved significantly over the years, with changes to safety, technology, rules, and globalization all playing a role in shaping the sport into what it is today. Some text goes here. 6. What is the process for designing and building a Formula One car, and what factors are taken into consideration? Some text goes here. Designing and building a Formula One car is a complex process that involves a wide range of factors. Here are some of the key steps and considerations involved. 1. Concept design. The process typically begins with the development of a concept design, which outlines the basic shape and features of the car. This design is then refined through computer simulations and wind tunnel testing to optimize aerodynamics and other key factors. 2. Chassis design. Once the concept design has been finalized, the team will begin working on the chassis design. This involves choosing the right materials, designing the suspension system, and developing other key components like the gearbox and fuel tank. 3. Engine development. The engine is one of the most important components of a Formula One car, and teams spend a great deal of time and effort developing their engines to optimize performance and fuel efficiency. 4. Seven. How do Formula One teams manage the logistics of transporting cars and equipment around the world? Managing the logistics of transporting Formula One cars and equipment around the world is a major undertaking, and requires careful planning and execution. Here are some of the key steps that teams take to manage the logistics. 1. Planning. The logistics process typically begins with careful planning. This involves creating a detailed schedule for the season, including all of the races and testing sessions, and identifying the equipment and personnel that will be needed for each event. 2. Transportation. Once the schedule has been finalized, teams must arrange for the transportation of their cars and equipment to each race location. This typically involves shipping containers by sea, air, or road, depending on the location of the event. 3. Customs. Shipping cars and equipment across international borders requires careful management of customs regulations. Teams must ensure that all of their paperwork and documentation is in order, and that they have the necessary permits and approvals to transport their equipment. 4. Setup and teardown. Once the cars and equipment have arrived at the race location, the team must set up their garage area and prepare for the event. This involves assembling the cars, setting up equipment, and preparing the garage area for the race. After the race, the team must tear down their equipment and pack everything up for transport to the next location. 5. Personnel management. In addition to managing the logistics of transporting cars and equipment, teams must also manage their personnel. This includes arranging for travel and accommodation, managing work visas and permits, and ensuring that everyone has the necessary training and qualifications to work on the cars and equipment. Overall, managing the logistics of transporting Formula One cars and equipment around the world is a complex process that requires careful planning, attention to detail, and strong project management skills. Teams must work hard to ensure that everything arrives at each race location on time and in good condition, so that they can compete at the highest level of the sport. 8. What are the physical demands placed on drivers during a race, and how do they prepare for them? Driving in a race can place significant physical demands on a driver due to the high speeds, intense focus, and prolonged periods of time spent in the vehicle. Some of the specific physical demands include: 1. Endurance. Races can last several hours, requiring drivers to maintain focus and physical endurance for an extended period of time. 2. G-forces. The high speeds and quick direction changes experienced during a race can subject drivers to significant G-forces, putting strain on their neck, back, and legs. 3. Hand-eye coordination. Drivers must have quick reflexes and excellent hand-eye coordination to react to the rapidly changing conditions on the track. 4. Upper body strength. Drivers need good upper body strength to control the steering wheel, gear shift, and pedals for extended periods of time. To prepare for these physical demands, drivers typically engage in a rigorous training regimen that includes cardiovascular exercise, strength training, and specific exercises to improve hand-eye coordination and reaction time. They also wear specially designed suits and helmets to protect themselves in the event of a crash. Additionally, drivers may use hydration and nutrition strategies to maintain their energy levels during a race. 9. How do teams and drivers work together to optimize performance? In motorsports, teams and drivers work together to optimize performance in a number of ways. Some of these include: 1. Data analysis. Teams collect and analyze data from the car and track to understand how the car is performing and identify areas for improvement. This data is then used to make adjustments to the car's setup and optimize performance. 2. Communication. Teams and drivers communicate constantly during a race, with the driver providing feedback on the car's handling and performance, and the team making adjustments in real time. 3. Collaborative strategy. Teams and drivers work together to develop race strategies, taking into account factors such as fuel consumption, tire wear, and the competition. 4. Testing and development. Teams spend a significant amount of time testing and developing their vehicles, with drivers providing valuable feedback on the handling and performance of the car. 5. Driver training. Teams invest in driver training to help drivers improve their driving skills and physical fitness, as well as their ability to work effectively with the team. By working together in these ways, teams and drivers are able to optimize performance and achieve success on the track. Effective collaboration between the team and driver is essential for success in motorsports, and teams invest a lot of time and resources into building strong partnerships. 10. What role do aerodynamics play in Formula One racing? Aerodynamics play a critical role in Formula One racing, as they can greatly affect a car's performance on the track. Aerodynamics influence the car's downforce, which is the force exerted on the car in a downward direction and helps to keep the car stable and improve its grip on the track. The following are some of the ways in which aerodynamics play a role in Formula One. 1. Downforce. The design of the car's bodywork, including the front and rear wings, can generate downforce and improve grip, allowing the car to corner at higher speeds. 2. Drag reduction. Teams aim to reduce the drag created by the car's bodywork, which slows the car down. This is achieved by designing the car's bodywork to be as sleek and aerodynamic as possible, reducing the amount of air resistance it experiences. 3. Balance. Teams aim to achieve the right balance between downforce and drag, as too much downforce can slow the car down, while too little can make it difficult to handle. 4. Cooling. Aerodynamics also play a role in cooling the car's engines and brakes, as air is directed over the radiators to dissipate heat. 5. Race strategy. The aerodynamic performance of a car can also influence race strategy, as teams will consider the impact of changes in weather conditions and track layout on the car's performance. Overall, aerodynamics play a crucial role in the performance of a Formula One car, and teams invest significant time and resources into designing and refining the aerodynamic performance of their vehicles. 11. What impact does the track have on a driver's performance, and how do they adapt to different tracks? The track can have a significant impact on a driver's performance, and drivers must be able to adapt to the unique challenges posed by each track. Some of the factors that can impact a driver's performance include: 1. Track layout. Each track has its own unique layout, with different combinations of corners, straights, and elevation changes. Drivers must be able to adapt their driving style to the demands of each track, and learn to navigate its challenges effectively. 2. Surface conditions. The condition of the track surface can change throughout a race weekend, affecting the grip and handling of the car. Drivers must be able to quickly adapt to changes in the track surface and adjust their driving accordingly. 3. Weather conditions. Weather conditions can have a significant impact on a driver's performance, as changes in temperature, wind, and precipitation can affect the grip and handling of the car. 4. Tire wear. The demands placed on the tires by each track can vary greatly, and drivers must be able to manage tire wear effectively to maintain consistent performance throughout a race. To adapt to these challenges, drivers spend time studying track maps and data, and participate in practice sessions to gain experience on each track. They also work closely with their teams to develop strategies and make adjustments to their vehicles to optimize performance on each track. Additionally, drivers must be able to quickly and effectively communicate any changes they experience on the track to their teams, so that they can make real-time adjustments to the car's setup. Some text goes here. 12. How do weather conditions affect a Formula One race, and how do teams adjust their strategy accordingly? Some text goes here. Weather conditions can have a significant impact on a Formula One race, and teams must be able to quickly adjust their strategy to accommodate changes in the conditions. Some of the ways in which weather conditions can affect a race include: 1. Track conditions. Wet weather can make the track slippery and reduce grip, while extreme heat can cause tire wear and degradation. Teams must adjust their tire choice and setup to accommodate the changing track conditions. 2. Visibility. Poor visibility due to rain, fog, or other weather conditions can make it difficult for drivers to see the track, increasing the risk of accidents. Teams must take this into account when making strategic decisions during the race. 3. Strategy. Weather conditions can greatly impact a team's race strategy, as they must consider factors such as fuel consumption, tire wear, and the likelihood of accidents when making decisions about pit stops and other strategic moves. 4. Qualifying. Weather conditions can also impact the outcome of qualifying, as teams must adapt their setup to the conditions to achieve the best possible performance. To adjust to changing weather conditions, teams closely monitor weather forecasts and track conditions, and make real-time adjustments to their vehicles and strategies. They also use simulation tools and data analysis to understand how the car will perform in different weather conditions and make informed decisions about tire choice, vehicle setup, and race strategy. Effective communication between the team and driver is critical in these situations, as they must work together to quickly and effectively respond to changing conditions on the track.